Hello, we will be doing a short tutorial video on how to operate GarageBand and compose your own musical piece. So to start off, you'll need a Mac computer or something like that, and you can click on GarageBand, the icon right here in the lower bar, and this little tab will show up. So we're going to start from the beginning and click Empty Project, and then the whole screen will fill up. This is about a 27-inch screen, maybe, will fill up so you can see your whole score right in front of you. So to start out, you can pick something simple like a bass, and we can pick string bass. It's probably cool. Once it loads, you can test out some sounds using the keyboard in front of the computer. And that's, if your Mac is hooked up to a keyboard. If not, there are also some loops you could try out, which we can get to soon. But if there is a keyboard, you can hit the record once you find, your preferred sound, which this sounds good. You can hit record, and it'll count you off. And once you like your sound, you can hit stop. You can also, once you get the sound you like, go back to the beginning, play, and listen to it. And if you like it, you can keep it, and you can also, by clicking on the end of it and dragging it, turn it into a loop for about an unlimited amount of time, but we'll leave it at 16. And there's your loop. Goes through the whole time. Yeah, and you can start building up from there if we want piano. Let's see. They have this. Oh, oops, my bad. So we just learned something. So we'll go back to our bass, which we had the Stinger bass. So to add a new instrument, you'll click a new little plus sign that'll have new tracks, and it'll ask you which one you want to do. And we can pick a software instrument because that's where we are right now here. That's one of the software instruments. And click Create. So you can use, oh, I see, they have just a regular grand piano, and then they also have some electric pianos, but we actually, let's stick with piano and click on it. And then you can use your keyboard to create different sounds. Yeah, we can use piano, but that sounds really generic. Maybe we'll want to change it up with violins. You don't hear that very often. And then you can have a whole string section. And you can, to have it sync up with your bass, you can test out the bass part first by pressing play, and then you can play along right next to it with your keyboard. And if you like that sound, you can keep that or move on. But to record it, it's just the same as the bass now. You'll just press record and then start your composition. Oh, it'll count you off. Yeah, and that gets you your string recording. And it might take some types of things, you can some time to get just the right amount of time to it, because you can see we have a little bit of a gap there that you can not change, but you can always go back and record it to prevent the gap so that it lines up, with the bass part. But you can also, pull it along here to get your song, and then you can listen back to it. And that's a very nice, background setup we have. And quiet. And then from there you can go back to the instruments and pick, a nice melody or something that you want to add on top, which could be something like woodwind. You can do saxophone. So you see, I did it again. So we're gonna go back to the orchestral one and fix it so that we're on string ensemble. Yes, okay. So then, to add a new instrument, you press this plus sign again and go to your software instrument. And click create. And then you can go back and pick, let's see, saxophone. And then we can test it out, And the cool thing about this is that the real saxophone can't really go that low, but on the keyboard it can go really low or really high. Oh, yeah. So you're not limited, and you can add whatever you want. So let's try to come up with a simple melody, and for the time, we'll go right into it and hit record and kind of just try it out. Yeah, and that's your little melody you have going on. And then go back. And then you can bring it out there. And then there's your little ensemble. So one thing to keep in mind is that, so you have these instruments you can make up on your own, but you can also add in Apple loops right here at the top, and they have like a million different things you can choose from. It's almost unlimited. But what it is you pick the instrument or the style you want, and they have loops here already created for you, such as some drums, and you can listen to each one if you like it. Yeah, and if you like it, you can drag it across into the position, and it'll be right there. And you can stretch it out to fit. And I can already tell this is probably going to be a little bit too loud for the and overpower these instruments. So the volume controls are right here. You can lower it a little bit. So let's hear that. That's my jam. So you can mix and match if you want loops and your own created pieces, or you can create the whole thing with loops. They also have other woodwind and string instruments here, and with the loops you have a bunch of different let's see, Dreamspace. You have a bunch of different styles, genres, rhythms to choose from that you might not be able to come up with on your own. But and they can also add some pizzazz to whatever you might have already composed, or you can just do a whole ensemble with just your own composed piece. So once you're done with that, you would click save here to save your work. So they have this saxophone, but you can save it as my jam. And you can save it, and it'll be there, and it'll be back there for whenever you want to come back to it. Oh, one other thing, the loops are also great is if you might not have a keyboard like we do in front of us, you can use the loops in that case, and you won't be won't be limited. Okay, thank you, and have fun recording.